Okay, 10 minutes to go. What we're going to have a look at today very quickly is actually in response to one of my recent subscribers, Sam, who really enjoyed the how to do with the 3-3 invasion video that I did and said, can you do some more like that? Really straightforward, simple stuff. I think he was a 17Q player, but all of this stuff is relevant to anyone who's anywhere between 25 and 15Q. So we're going to take a look at a couple of Josekis. In this one, we're going to look at the high approach to the 3-4 stone. So let's look at the opening of the game. Black plays upper left on the 3-4, and it's a reasonable choice for black, who we'll explain in a moment. Let's just say white plays upper right 4-4 star point. Black plays another 3-4 point down on the lower side, and white takes another star point. Now in the lower right corner, or it could be the upper left, black makes a shimari, and by a shimari we mean these two stones working together. So the two stones here on the 3-4 and the 5-3 actually do a very nice job of enclosing some points in the corner. It's not, they're not 100% black's points. There are moves that can white make, but white would make it's very difficult for white to live inside that shape. And so that's the value of a shimari. And a shimari also has a direction. This shimari is facing up the side of the board more than along the bottom of the board, and that's to do with the height of the stones. This stone is on the third line, and so its continuation is out somewhere on line 3. Whereas in this direction, the same stone is up on the 5th line, and its continuation is out that way. So it gets more territory by developing or extending in that direction. Okay, so in response to that shimari, this is the move that we expect to see by white. So white doesn't want another shimari to appear in the upper left, and so white does the one space high approach, as it's known. The one space low approach would be the E17, but we're going to stick with the one space high approach. Now we're going to look at a Joseki that's known as the attached drawback Joseki. So in the attached drawback Joseki, black attaches to the approaching stone, threatening to undermine it and protecting the corner. Notice is black has actually played the move that it would have liked to have played there without the white stone presence. White Han is on the outside, is the Joseki move. Black draws back, which is why it's called the attack drawback Joseki. White then has a cutting point at F16, so white connects the cutting point so that black can't slide through that cutting point and separate white's two stones, because we also know that the highest level strategy in Go is to keep your opponent's stones separated and keep your own stones connected. So then black develops on the left hand side, white develops on the right hand side, and that's it. That's the Joseki over. Those are the initial Joseki moves. We've now got a peaceful outcome for both players. Black has got a solid corner with maybe a dozen or 15 or so points in there. White has got influence along the top side and actually some pretty solid territory. I mean, it's invadable by black, but there's a reasonable amount of territory, and that's the exchange we're looking for. And black would then look to do something else. Obviously with this shimari here, black would like to get an extension in this kind of direction. But I'm just going to go back and go through that shimari again. So that's not the shimari, the Joseki. So white approaches high, black attaches. White hanes. What's the meaning of the hane? The meaning of the hane is if black doesn't do something right now, white will fold around that stone at D17 and put it into Atari and indeed kill it. So black draws back. White now has a cutting point to deal with. White connects the cutting point. Black extends, white extends, Joseki over. Okay, what happens when people vary that? Because obviously one of the problems with studying Joseki is that you may have looked at the moves or read the books or watched some videos that have done whatever. It doesn't mean that your opponent has done that, and your opponent might do other stuff. The most obvious move for black, and this is considered a bad move for black, is black takes away the white stone's base. That little triangle of stones now don't have a base, they can't settle themselves on the edge. But in retaliation for that, white has this move. So white attaches here. This is the correct move in this situation, not to try and do anything about the black stone on K17, simply attach. What the attach is threatening to do is descend one more time at B15 and isolate the corner and possibly kill the black corner. So black hanes under that stone to get some leverage against it. White then comes in here. What's the meaning of this stone? The meaning of this stone is threatening the cut at C17, cutting here. That would be very bad for black because it was set at 2 alternatives moves. If black were to say continue to play here, then here comes the white cut. White cuts here and says, okay, do you like your black stone? If white connects here, white descends here, and the 2 stones die. So black has lost the corner. If after this move, black says, well, I'm going to Atari you, white cuts through here, and now black is again separated. That's the meaning. It's a very savage cut that white sets up, and it sets that stone up with the D16 stone. So in answer to that, black makes a double tiger mouth, white extends, black extends, white jumps. And now the problem for black is that black's corner is much, much smaller. It's very small. It's been squashed down by white, and the triangle stone is now in some trouble because this is what we call thickness. White's position is now very thick here. Notice that black can't do this because white will simply catch him in a net like this. Black, white, black, white, and black really has nowhere to go and catch those black stones. So there's no way for the black stones, and white just gets thicker. That's forlorn. Black's best shot here is to try and make a base on the side, but then again white will restrict that base and white develops territory in this side. And so that's the kind of thing that's going to happen. All of this is about what are the correct Joseki moves. So the correct Joseki moves in this case is after white attaches, and white attaches because black makes an overplay, and the overplay is trying to take white's base away. Black attaches, white harness, white threatens the cut, black protects the cut, white comes out, black comes out, white jumps, and now the black stone is looking a bit forlorn. So that's our basic Joseki moves and the overplay. There's one other thing I want to look at. Let's just go back here. There is a possibility after this one of white to make a tiger mouth, and if black does the normal move, white can go one more space, and this is particularly useful if this white stone's in position, because now there's a good relationship between these white stones because white's gone a little bit further. There is a risk in this. There is a problem for white in doing this, is that black gets this nudge for free. And the simple move for white here, the really simple move, is to just block like this. And black can't really push in this direction at G15 because white will turn. It is possible for white to do this if white wants the outside, but then black can harney here and enlarge the corner. White catches this stone and black pushes in. So white is exchanging more space in the corner for the outside. And notice that after this one, white can't push down. It can't push down because black pushes down with an Atari and then captures the stones and gets a very big corner indeed. So those are the normal outcomes with the knight move. This one might just be a little bit early. It might be. Regardless of the outcome, it might be that in the opening, even with this extension, black has much more interesting things to do, like here, or approach this corner here. This would be a very what I call a jealous black player that immediately wants to say to white, well, I'm going to shut you up like this and do this. Okay, that's the basic moves. I'm just going to run through it one more time. So here we are, high approach to the 3-4, attach move to the white stone, hane, draw back, protect the cutting point either in that direction or in this direction. Black extends in this direction, white extends in this direction. That's the sequence. Black gets a sente and can play anywhere else on the board. Okay, that's 10 minutes to go. I hope that helps. I hope you can practice that in your games, practice that sequence, and see if you can get that to work for you. Okay, guys, that's enough for now. That's 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. Hope that's helpful. See you all soon. Bye for now.